Bendo style.
Welcome to a real fake talk on Afrobeats in the Netherlands. This is episode 4, and again we have 2 very special guests on our couch. We're gonna dive deep into the meaning of lyrics. We tap into French Afro, and of course we want to know from the 2 gentlemen that are here what they are doing, how they see the growth of Afrobeats in the Netherlands, and their personal ambitions and goals. I'll start by introducing Owen. Owen is a guy that I've been knowing for quite some time. I've played with him at parties as a DJ. I've played at his parties as a DJ. I know him as this happy camper that always comes with a surprise. Nobody knows what he's gonna play next, but he's all about vibes. So I'm very pleased that he's here because also he done a study on lyrics and meanings. And I think that's very interesting when it comes to Afro. So Owen, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Could you introduce yourself in your own little way to our audience?
Yeah, in my
please?
own little way. Let's see. My name is Owen Densa. I'm an Amsterdam citizen with Ghanaian roots.
Ajay.
And I DJ and I teach English. I also have my own party called Vruchtvlees, meaning juicy things, basically. So that's what I do.
You've been studying the music as well.
I have been, yeah. I have been.
Why did you decide? Because for how long are you DJ now? For quite some time, right?
Yeah, I started like back in 2013, I think, because I came across a DJ course that DJ Abstract was giving back in 2013 in the east side of Amsterdam at a place called Nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I attended, and after I took it from there, I just started saving up and bought my own set and started DJing student parties. After a while, like going out to clubs like Supper Club and getting to know like people like Pascal Moret.
Oh, yeah.
Parties.
Yeah.
Pascal Moret is a good friend of mine. And so on and so forth. It's a lot. I've DJed at a lot of places, and I still love to do it. You're welcome.
DJ, what are you doing?
I was just checking something.
No, I'm joking. We haven't introduced you yet. Who are you? What do you do?
Jordan Chase, the best DJ of the world. Shout out to the DJs on the couch, though.
Yay.
But I had to say, because Jaskelis was here on the episode before, and she was like, "Yes, you have to claim Afro." So I'm the best Afro DJ of the world.
Yeah, because I was surprised.
Yeah.
We had a whole discussion about why you're not saying the best Afro DJ, and but naturally you said the first one you said is I'm the best DJ of the world.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Good one.
Jordan Chase gets busy. Yeah.
That's why we made sure he was here.
And it runs in the blood because Owen Densa is my cousin.
Oh yeah, your family.
It runs in the fam, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's
Trouble.
a fam thing, yeah.
So you're going to be
Music.
Austin James.
Jeez.
Austin James. A guy that I've been knowing for, would I say over 10 years? I don't even know. I think for quite some time. Amazing DJ. An amazing host. A guy that can MC and DJ at the same time. I have so much respect for you guys being able to do that because there are only a few of you that can do it in a nice way, I think, with my little opinion. But I think you're doing it very well. And you organize parties.
Yes.
You are very, you're a comedian. Your friend said who was here. I don't know. You like when
Part
I think
time at home.
the home and on Facebook, on Instagram. So follow this guy because
He's an entertainer.
He's an entertainer.
Yeah.
That's the right word.
Yes.
You're an entertainer in many
He's
different
not an
ways.
artist, he's an entertainer.
Yeah, your vibes.
He does it all.
Like literally.
We try.
Could you introduce yourself in your own big way to this audience?
Small way. My name is Austin-J, a DJ, hype man, promoter, and like I said before, a part-time comedian at home.
Part-time cook at home as well. I know you like food.
I like food. Cooking is my thing. Apart from music, cooking.
What's your best dish? Fufu?
Fufu, yeah.
What happened to the Fufu ambassador? Is he still there?
Yeah, I'm the
Yeah?
Fufu ambassador. That's my AKA name.
Yeah.
Fufu ambassador.
But I haven't seen Fufu ambassador out much. Is he like taking it more easy now?
I've been active.
Yeah?
If you go to my page, you
Okay.
see a lot. Actually, I have a page, a separate page where I post all my food stuff and my
okay.
cookings. Yeah.
Maybe I haven't seen that one.
No, you
When I
haven't.
look at Austin James, I always think of this song.
That's a vibe. Yeah.
Like that's just him. That's just him all the way.
Why is that him?
I don't know. It's just
Because
Vibes
I
is-
think
yeah.
that beat you can actually like do the atalaku thing. That's what they do in the French side. Like you vibe to it, you hype people up. That sound has everything.
Yeah.
You can just play around it.
That's
So whenever I want to do like a dance contest, that's the beat that I always go for.
yeah. I remember those parties in Rotterdam. When he throws that beat, he just leaves the deck and he just jumps on the floor and starts dancing and hyping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
He's really a hype man then.
Yeah. You're based in Rotterdam.
Yes.
Owen is based in Amsterdam. We're now in Amsterdam. When I think of you, I often think of French or maybe Portuguese music. Is that a correct association in my mind, or would you disagree?
I can say, yeah, African music in general, but what I try to do always, like, I want to incorporate like everything when I'm DJing. I don't want to leave the French people out and focus only on the Nigeria or Ghana, whatever. So I just try to take everybody along.
Yeah.
So maybe you notice that because I can say that maybe I'm one of the people that always focus on the French side whenever I'm DJing. I try to make sure that I play a lot of French music
Yeah.
during my set.
Would you say that that's for you as well, Owen, and even for Chase? Would you say that there's a big difference in Afro between French or English speaking music?
Yes, I can say there is.
How would you describe that difference?
The French sound, it's quite unique because I can remember back in the days before Afrobeat became very popular, we used to vibe to like Makossa, Soukous, you know, they used to be very popular back in the days.
Sorry,
So-
Makossa and Soukous are genres of French music, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For those who don't know,
from Cameroon and Ivory Coast,
Yeah.
Congo. Before the Nigerian Ghanaian music became popular, those were the sound back in the days, you know. So, but then Afrobeat came in. Everybody started focusing on Afrobeat. But if you look deeper into the French sound, their sound are quite unique and catchy.
Could you explain why they are unique or what makes them unique?
The language. For example, Lingala from Congo. The language is very good. It's very unique whenever they are singing. When it comes to the Congolese side, they're very talented when it comes to lyrics and vocal ability. They're very good. And the sound is quite catchy as well.
The sound, you mean the beats, or the
The
sound
beats.
of the singing?
The beats and the
beats.
sound.
The combination of the
Yeah.
two. Do you understand? You understand French, right?
Yeah, I understand French.
Yeah. What I find interesting about you as well, we've talked about it before, like in Afro, a lot of people are claiming their cultural backgrounds. Like Ghanaians are proud and Nigerians are proud. I think you're one of the few people in Holland that I know that says, no, I'm African. Like it doesn't matter which one, but I'm carrying the label Africa on me.
Yes.
Why is that important to you?
Because I think being an African, I think we should be number one. Because like if you step inside the room and I'm from the French side and that one is from the English side, there's already a division. So I think as an African, we all should be one. It doesn't matter wherever you're from. So I present myself as an African, a true Pan-African. So it doesn't matter wherever you're from, we're all one.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, you studied music a bit.
Yeah, a bit in the context of my pre-master studies. Yeah.
Well, you done what I did as well. You do a studies and you have to pick a subject
Yeah.
and do a research on it and write a thesis on it. You decided to pick. I have to look at my notes because I never know how to pronounce it. Idiophone.
Idiophones. Yeah.
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 Why would you choose that subject?
Well, it was basically.
Sorry. Let's first break down what idiophones are.
Yeah, it's kind of like an abstract idea, though. Idiophones are words that are very vivid in representing some kind of manner in which something is done. The color of something, the smell of something. They're found in mostly African languages, but also in Asia, such as countries like Japan. And you could like tell like what is a idiophone from the form of the word itself. It's mostly used in repetition. So let me provide an example, of
Yes,
course.
please.
So I'm Ga, and you have an idiophone called like basa basa. It means that something is very messy. So that is an idiophone. And in music, a lot of idiophones are used, especially in West African Afro pop, which I studied. So I analyzed 13 songs from the likes of Wizkid, let's see, Davido. So let's see. No do gara gara for me. That's an idiophone. So the gara gara is an idiophone, and that is what I studied basically, in short. But
Why did you pick that subject?
yeah, I can read more about it on my phone. It's been like 2 years already. But why? It was proposed to me by my teacher basically, who was doing a research on idiophones in New Zealand. So it's a very like broad concept in the world. And why did he choose to focus on idiophones is because in the linguistic world there was not so much a focus on these words, while they have like big cultural meaning. And that's why he focused on it, and he told me to do the same, or he advised me to do the same, and I just translated it to music because that's what I do. That's what my passion is. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Is yodi yodi an idiophone?
yeah. Yori yori is also an idiophone. Yeah. So from the meaning of it's more so words that show rather than tell.
Yeah.
Very descriptive words, which cannot really be translated, actually, because of the cultural differences. Yeah, so that's basically it. Yeah, they cannot really be translated, but I tried. I tried to translate them myself with the help of a Nigerian friend of mine called Ruth, and a colleague of mine. She did the Nigerian Yoruba idiophones, and my mom also. I just asked her for what is it? What is this?
Yeah.
You know, what is basa basa? What is? I have a whole list of it. But yeah,
What's
it's
the
interesting. Yeah.
from the list that you have? What are the ones that you hear a lot or are commonly used in music? The ones that we probably might recognize as well.
Ooh.
Sorry, I know 2 years
Look,
ago. It's a long
yeah.
time ago.
So let's see. I have my file here, my thesis actually. Yeah, soko soko. Yeah, soko soko is basically means to throw something. And it has a communicative function that is based on appeal. And appeal means basically you say soko soko in demanding the listener or the receiver to do something. So that is a category I use for this type of ideophones. It's very like
What
linguistic
song has
stuff,
Soko
but-
Soko in it? Because I recognize it, but I can't think of a song.
yeah, it's
from
it's
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
Yeah, Whiskey.
Soko,
Yeah, it's Whiskey.
Soko,
Oh,
oh, yeah,
of
Soko,
course.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Soko 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 Soko, and like let's see, Oyagbe Fun Lokpo 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 Lokpo
Oh yeah.
means doing something in different ways. Lokpo Lokpo Lokpo. So you catch the drift,
Yeah.
right? So those are ideophones, and I analyze them, and we have let's see. So what I said before earlier, like the gara gara, means basically playing hard to get, but it's not really a word, but it's
Yeah.
ideophone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
I thought it was maybe just a new word that I didn't know.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it
because it,
was
sounds
street
like
language or
a,
something
like
like that,
proper
yeah.
word. How does it sound to you? Because you're more native to the language now. Yeah.
Just like saying shakara, no do shakara.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
you can as well say no do gara gara for me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like short for shakara.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah.
And shakara is a word.
I think it's a Yoruba word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shakara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shakara is like to have attitude, right?
Yeah.
To don't do shakara.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I've one. Let's see from Davido, the song "If," so it's in Yoruba. I go chukyu, chuku
Chuku
chuku.
chuku.
And that is also an ideophone,
Yeah.
basically having sexual intercourse or having intercourse. Yeah.
And
so
I heard Chuku like an Igbo name. Chuku.
that one.
Oops.
Chuku
Sweet.
chuku.
Okay, that's interesting because, like, we are discussing Afrobeats in the Netherlands, and the main goal is to get more recognition. One of the main goals is to get more recognition for the genre, and then to celebrate people like yourself in it, of course. And we've been talking about the distinction, what makes something Afro. And we've talked about beats, and a lot of people that sat on his couch as well said, like, yeah, it's the culture, it's the feeling, it's some people
Yeah,
gave
it
like
is.
marks that like certain checklist things that you can pick. What makes music for you guys Afro or not? When is when is music Afro?
Good question. I think it's definitely the rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain kind of rhythm that is found in Afro pop that is not found in, for instance, reggaeton, right? You know?
Yeah.
So it's an African rhythm with a lot of like the spaces between the counts, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, are very filled, mostly with drums patterns. The sound, the lyrics, of course. Not really the subject matter because, let's be honest, most songs of Afro pop or like other genres are about love or,
Fine girls.
yeah, fine girls, So, but it's more so the way artists express themselves, and that's in an African way, I would say.
My sweet potato. I love that sentence.
Yeah, a lot of figurative language is used. My sweet potato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how would you?
I think the lyrical content plays a major role because nowadays you can see like an Afro pop or Afrobeat, whatever, has like an R&B kind of sound, you know. So take out the lyrics, so how do you differentiate? Understand? So I think lyrical content plays a major role.
And what if somebody sings or raps in pidgin over a beat that could be considered hip hop? Would it then be Afro? Could it be Afro?
Yeah, Afro hip hop. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's another. So I hear beats, I hear language,
Rhythm,
lyrics, rhythm. Another thing we address is the name of the genre. We named this podcast A Real Fake Talk on Afrobeats, but people say Afro, people say Afro pop in your thesis.
In my thesis, yeah.
How do you individually label? If you had to put a label, is it do we have to put a label on it on the Afro hip hop or Afro soul or Afro? Should there be an umbrella label above it, or would you think urban? Because in Holland it's still labeled urban. By
but that one there,
Hilversum.
no, it's
no,
not urban.
I don't think it should be urban.
Why not?
No. Because I think it's a culture of its own that has to be recognized.
Mm-hmm.
So if you call it urban, then I think it's a quite range of subgenres in urban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think Afrobeat has to be Afrobeat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you would say Afrobeats as a genre.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I also made there must be a distinguishing made between Afrobeat and Afrobeats, of course, because Afrobeat is Fela Kuti.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
And
important
what is
to
Afrobeats
note.
then?
Afrobeats,
With an
I would
S.
say Afrobeats with the S is basically Afro pop, I would say, but it is also it could also be Afro house. I think Afro. There's more to Afro beats than only Afro pop. I don't know. I don't think in genre, so it's hard to know really
You don't
distinguish
think in
between
genre,
them.
but did you agree with the label urban?
No, not really.
Oh.
No, for the same reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Austin. So it's a culture and it's from Africa. So the word Afro must be in it. And Afro pop is the sound now. It's the wave. So I'm fine with calling it Afro pop, like the artists Wizkid and Davido and Timaya are doing. It's Afro pop.
The best Afro DJ of the world. Would you agree with a label like Afro pop?
With a label as Afropop.
Sorry, a genre. Sorry.
Subgenre. Yeah,
What is your umbrella genre?
Afrobeats.
Afrobeats.
Yeah.
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 I agree with that.
And not Afro, because I've heard people saying Afro as well.
Yeah, but I would say Afrobeats.
Oh, what ain't?
Why?
You know what I think of when you say Afro? I start thinking about like the Afro house, the deep house.
But even that is on the in my opinion, it's on the Afrobeats. Like on the Afrobeats the umbrella, you have
but
subgenre Afro
African
house.
beats, Afro
Yeah.
beats.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
But like when people start saying like Afro, that's the first thing that comes
That
to my
comes
mind.
to your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I hear.
But they only say
then on the
Afro.
other-
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
other
yeah,
hand-
you say Afro.
Yeah.
But on the
Correct,
other hand, when you
correct.
say Afro beats, the first thing that comes to your hand is like, okay, Nigerian music, Ghanaian music, and for some people, that's it.
Okay, the French-speaking music. Dombolo, for example. Do I pronounce it right?
Yeah,
Dombolo.
Dombolo.
Yeah, Dombolo. Would that be label? Could that hang on the Afro beats as a genre?
Yeah.
Amapiano. Could that hang on the Afro beats? That's where you're going, right?
Yeah, I think so. It should. But if we want to really differentiate it, I think then we should have like the deep house, the Amapiano, Afro house, Afro, how do you call that one? Yeah,
The Kwam,
Afro trap,
Afro trap,
Afro soul.
Afro soul.
Afro soul, you know? Yeah.
Okay.
But African music in general is so big.
That's it.
It's so big.
Yeah.
So if you want to start having categories, maybe we're going to have like maybe 10.
Yeah.
They're so big.
And that's why I think all should be on the Afrobeats. I understand what you're saying, but I feel like, let's say hip hop, okay, that's hip hop. If you have R&B and soul, even those genres have their own genre, and then but now they want to put hip hop, soul, R&B, Afrobeats under urban music. And I think all of them have to, because all of them separately they have their own thing, but then when Afrobeats comes along, then Afrobeats has to go along under the urban umbrella, and I think that's I think that's why I'm saying that. I think that Afrobeats needs to have their own umbrella, and everything that has to do with Afro music comes under that.
Yeah, that
Or they have to
umbrella.
call it Afro music, maybe.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
If you guys look at, I know you are all over the country, but you're based in Rotterdam and you're based here, and I know you're about as well.
I held a residency in Rotterdam as well, in the Suicide Club, at the Suicide Club. With eyeballing is a party. And so the Rotterdam scene is a bit familiar for me as well. And Zoetezin, it's a Latin and Afro concept with which I basically traveled like the whole of Netherlands with. So yeah.
You travel with Jollof as well?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't ask you. Why did you set up Jollof? It is not Jollof like the rice, but it's Jollof as in love,
Jollof,
L-O-V-E.
Mm-hmm.
Why
the name
Jollof?
actually came from the rice.
Yeah.
You know the war between
course.
The
Ghanaians and
wars. Let's get
Nigerians,
into
you
the
know?
wars, man.
So
The
I
sauce.
thought there should be a place where the battle has to be set on
Only
the dance
you can
floor,
do
you know?
this. Only
So
Austin
that
can come
was
up with
why I
this.
came up with that idea, Jollof.
Yeah.
Should be all about the music, all about
Yeah.
love. Jollof actually originated from Senegal, but Ghanaians and Nigerians, they thought
You're just claiming it.
they were claiming it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I came with the concept Jollof. I think it should be like 3 years now.
Yeah.
3 years.
And
What
aside,
makes you come
Before
up?
then, prior to that, I've been doing all that stuff on the ground, and
a side note,
then I decided to
Afro was gonna be actually Jollof as well, you know.
Yeah?
really. Really?
Nobody, yeah.
Oh wow.
We had like some names, and Jollof was part of it, but
Oh wow.
we went for Afro.
So yeah, I was.
Jollof makes more sense with this one.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
I wouldn't say more. Makes a lot of sense with
A
you.
big shout out to Afro Losjes as well.
Afro
Yeah.
Losjes for
Angelo
sure.
Bromet,
For me,
who gave me a lot of opportunities as well. So I was,
same.
I ran with them for quite a while. So shout out to Angelo Bromet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before then, I was doing other stuff. Always being involved with the African music scene, you know. So after a while, I thought, listen, this shit is getting serious. I have to be serious as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and registered the company, and then I rebranded the whole stuff under Jollof. Then I started Jollof in Rotterdam. The Afro scene became, it was growing. So we started trying like other cities,
Mm-hmm.
different cities in Holland. But it was going well. And then I'm doing other concept as well, Afrobeats in the start.
Oh.
So that one, it's a combination of like Caribbean music and the popular Afro pop, like the Whiskey, Davido.
Oh yeah.
Also in Rotterdam.
Nice.
That only in Rotterdam we do that one.
Sweet.
Yeah.
You guys have been around the country. How would you describe the Afrobeats scene now? This is a very broad question, which is on purpose, because I'm curious what you guys come up with if I drop something big like that.
You know, because of this whole situation we're in, the whole
You mean the coronavirus?
coronavirus, the whole
Pandemic.
It's a
Crisis.
it's a panoramic right now. It's a panoramic. The whole nightlife thing seems like a past life to me,
Yeah.
a bit, because it's been a year, you know. So
More than a
more than a year,
Yeah.
more than a year. Yeah. So
I've
the
been to
scene,
Ghana.
there is no like actual. Sorry.
I've been to Ghana. So
Hey,
yeah.
me
Yeah, you've been to Ghana. Ghana is
This one too. We all live the best life. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. I'm a student, man. I have to, you know, I have to hustle my last year. Yeah, man. But yeah. Go on. You can. Yeah. So with the scene, there is now at this moment there's no active scene because we cannot have parties. But the scene in Holland, I would say, Afro wise, it's more so in the big cities, Utrecht, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, and specifically like there are some differences in popularity of types of Afro
Oh,
music.
yes.
Yeah. So for instance, in Rotterdam, it's more Afro house based. I would say, maybe it's because the parties I've been to. But I would say more Afro house, Portuguese influence because of the Cape Verdeans there. And Afro beats more. So in Amsterdam, I'd say, yeah.
I remember you booked me once for one of your parties at it's a club, I forgot the name, very close to Central Station after the Rotterdam Carnival, I think 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. I was up early, thank God. Because I play a lot of Ghanaian and Nigerian music, right? But then my whole crowd, I think, was French and Portuguese speaking. It's like, oh, people are still mellow. They were dancing a little, but not too much. But then I think somebody that came after me threw like French and Portuguese music, and they were going wild. It's like, oh shit, this is a completely different crowd, of course, from Amsterdam.
Yeah, I can say looking back, like 2001, 2002, where the Afro music started in Holland. I can say that.
Sorry, would you say it started 2001 and 2?
No, I mean like looking back in the days when it wasn't popular. And if you compare it to now, how it has grown here, I can say it's big because I've traveled to a lot of European countries and Netherlands is a very small country. Yeah. But places like France or Germany, they are way bigger. But the influence of African music in Holland is very big. There's no club that you go in Holland, you step out without hearing at least one or two African music.
That's a fact.
You understand? So it has grown immensely. Groningen, Leeuwarden, places that you never expected them to play African music, they're playing it now in Holland. So I can say it's very big here. It's big.
Yeah.
Would you say it moved from being a subculture to mainstream in Holland?
Most definitely.
I think it's getting there because
we're doing the numbers.
Yeah, festivals now,
numbers.
All of them always have like Afro stage. If you go to all the big festivals now, they have like Afro stage.
Yeah.
So I think it's big in Holland.
I personally, not to cut you off, but
please.
Yeah. Given like the Afro stages, I personally have seen like the growth of Afro in Holland at Latin Village Festival.
Oh yeah.
Because I DJ like I could say it's turned into a residency since 2014 at the Afrobeat stage. So yeah, it's first started in one tent, a little small tent, and now it's like a full blown stage.
Yeah,
you know. So that's exactly an example of the growth. You know, it's become more popular because even if you want to deny the sound, you cannot deny the sound.
No,
that is the whole. That is
you
the
can.
Whole. That's it.
I asked my brother who lives countryside Holland. I sent him On the Low of Burna Boy. Angela. And because I think that that's the song that everybody knows by now. My brother's a bit older, he's almost 40. He didn't know it. And I was shocked because I thought that everybody in Holland now knows at least, like they know Burna Boy. Or he asked me, oh, were you part of the production of the shoot? I was like, no, not really. I just wanted to check if you know the song because he had no clue how big Burna Boy is or who he was. So I was a little surprised. My brother's just one guy, obviously.
Yeah.
But would you think that people in all places, in Holland, even some village next to Groningen, people of our age on down, younger, because we'll 30s up.
I think the African music or the Afrobeats, it has to get into like the main radio stations in Holland.
Thank you. Why is that important?
It's very important because maybe like Phonics and some radio station in Amsterdam, they do play like
actually pushing the sound.
But you have like more bigger radio stations that I think the sound should be in.
Why? Why is that needed?
For it to go mainstream, like hip hop or like dancehall, you know.
And do you want the sound to go mainstream, or is it fine the way it is in Holland?
It should go mainstream.
Why?
It should grow because the African music is so big, and I think it deserves a lot of attention. music started from Africa. Remember?
Everything starts from Africa.
It's the Pan-African. Yeah, toch? Yeah.
So yeah.
Chase, do you want Afro to go mainstream?
Of course. I believe it already is halfway, but yeah, I think that's the goal. Yeah.
Do we think that like the bigger radio stations in Holland, but even Funix, because you said Funix is pushing it, but still there's no such thing as an Afro playlist. Chase talks passionate about this as well, with Branco, for example. That they have Latin, they have Arab, they have all these genres.
There is no Afro playlist.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't listen to Phonics that much, but I know that
We know why, because there's an Afro playlist.
but I can tell that they push the whole agenda of I don't know, multicultural society, including African artists, but it should be more. We are not there yet.
Would you want the music to go mainstream?
Yeah, just like
If it's not mainstream yet, according to your...
Yeah, I have the same opinion as Kazo G-Man, Jordan
It's
Chase.
your family.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Why not mainstream? Yeah. Afro sounds, Afro beats, African music is heartfelt, and it's basically it's a shortcut to instant happiness. When you hear like a good song and you're at a good party. Yeah. So everyone should experience that. Yeah.
We
think.
talked about it before, and maybe Chase should play a little song in a bit, because she also sent some songs. But I think language is very important. Like I by now can understand quite some Pidgin. I pick up some tree or maybe even some little words in Yoruba. But a lot of Afro is sung in a language that the majority of the masses that listen to it don't understand. Do you think that the enjoyment of the song is different if you do understand it? Did you interpret it differently? Or is it still the same vibe because of maybe a catchy beat?
To me personally, I don't think you really need to understand the lyrical content to be able to enjoy the song.
Exactly.
It's just a spiritual thing. If it takes you, you're gone.
I have the best spiritual song.
Yeah.
I shock you back on. Bad boy Tim's in the building. Spiritual ginger.
Oh, yeah.
This is the only part that everybody knows. Loading. And that's it.
Loading.
But if you ask me what he's saying, you wouldn't. I don't know.
But still, you enjoy the song.
Yeah. You understand?
No, I don't understand.
You know?
That's Yoruba, I think. Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't understand as well.
I don't know. I can't feel my face no more.
I can't feel my face no more. I can't feel my legs no more. What's your bar? But then my joke bar. I can't feel my face no more. I can't feel my legs no more. What's your bar? But then my joke
Does anybody know what's Yokba means?
It's Yoruba, I think. This is it's Yoruba. So I have to call my friend who translated,
Same.
So I don't think you have to understand the lyrical content to be able to enjoy a sound or a music, whatever. I think the vibe carries you along.
The one challenge I think with even me, I'm making up my own Yoruba or something that sounds like Yoruba, and I sing along thinking I know the word, which is not true. But one misconception I find tricky is that people here who might label the music as urban or Afro say, oh, it's very catchy, it's very danceable, it's very positive music. Whereas I dropped it in previous episodes as well. I think a lot of it is very politically acclaimed as well. Like people are actually dropping stuff or saying, like speaking, saying stories.
Yeah.
And because we don't understand the lyrics, it's like you miss half of a message maybe. Would you like we played Dangote before in another episode. And I'd be like, oh, everybody sing along Dangote.
Yeah.
But if you don't know who Dangote is, then it's just a nice song, right? But if you know Dangote, and Kev, the artist, was breaking down his like interpretation of the story around Dangote in the song.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite it inspired him as an artist because of the struggles. You know, when you get famous or more rich, you lose friends, and you know that whole it's a story many of us can relate to somehow.
Yeah, I think if you're missing out, majority of the songs nowadays they have like their lyrics online.
Mm-hmm.
Go there, do some research, Google the lyrics and translate, and then you understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
So to me, that's not really a problem.
No, because there's a song, Collateral Damage, Burna Boy. It's very political.
Mm-hmm.
But because the way he sings it, I think if you don't understand the language, you think it's a happy song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's fine. Enjoyment, you know.
Yeah.
For those who seek deeper meaning, you can look for it. Hashtag Google.
Yeah.
Sweet. Are you playing something? Oh. Yeah.
The first time that I realized what he was saying, I was in African matters. I would say I was fine, and yeah. Then I was listening to the songs, and I was like, this guy he's saying some deep shit. I was dancing to the song. I liked the song and everything, but I was like, oh, okay, shit, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's a good song. Good song.
Corruption.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's one. I was in Accra first time 2008, and Sydney had a song, Africa Money, and the lyrics were, "Rich they enjoy, poor man they work," like something in pidgin English. And then that was my introduction to like hip life back in the day. And it was like, oh, so they were really. And then P Square with Doomy was also hits like next to each other. It's like, oh, there's political stuff and there's like very catchy stuff. And like, oh, there's like music has always been a way to address like social matters, right?
Yeah.
So the same
Exactly,
with
yeah.
Afrobeats or Afro music.
That was why Fela was like a legend.
Yeah.
Even it got to a point, the government, he wasn't fighting them with guns or whatever, but it got to a point, his message were hitting the government very hard.
Yeah.
And they got very harsh on him.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah.
Pity. Austin, like, why is French music less popular in Holland than English-speaking music? That's my interpretation. You may disagree, but I think that's what I see.
I think it's less popular because that was why I said that we should carry ourselves. It doesn't matter. They don't really have somebody representing them or somebody who is really into their culture or their midst, who is carrying them along. Because nowadays you have so many DJs, but what most people focus is just the mainstream Afro beats.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's why.
Do
So I encourage like a lot of DJs to play more French music.
Yeah. And you mean somebody that represents them here, as in the
Yeah, in
DJs playing the
Holland.
songs and
Yeah. Like a party organizer from the French side, or if you look, majority of the people that are into the organizing like African parties, maybe like from West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Suriname, or you know, so they don't really have somebody who is representing that part.
Yeah.
I think that's why. And a lot of DJs, the Afro DJs, African DJs or Afrobeat DJs should incorporate French songs more into their set.
Best DJ of the world.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of French music in your sets?
Ooh. Not really. It depends where I'm playing. I have the French music, the coupe, the calais, and that, but it's not. It's also not really my thing. But
It's not deep.
It's not
you
deep
know.
for me.
Maybe you play like Jonathan, those are, you know, that's
I have that.
But that's That's a
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
Jonathan goes next to Do Me of P Square. As in, you need that one in those, right? To me, at least. I don't have a lot of French music with.
I'm just thinking about where I was the first time I heard Jonathan and where I was the first time, both in Grand Cafe, but I'm just thinking what moment. But yeah, it's
Same like the East African sound.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 years ago that people actually started recognizing their sound.
Yeah.
It's very dope. And COVID really helped because a lot of DJs started going online to do like online streaming.
Yeah.
And they started tapping into East African music. Back in the days, Uganda, they were massive.
Yeah.
Even before the Nigerian Afrobeat kicked in.
Yeah.
Uganda, Tanzania. So recently, DJs have started tapping into those areas.
Angola.
Afro house.
Fala português.
They're number one in Africa, you know.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Can I share a French song with you guys?
Yeah, we can play it in your...
This song is crazy. Pacamto. It's not fully French, but I have to share.
Do you have, like, Owen, I see you as a very... I introduce you, like, as a very open spirit that just picks up any vibe.
Yeah.
That suits your persona. Do you have Eastern African or French music? Well, French now, but...
Yeah. I have. Not deep into details, but I have, for instance, Franco. Like I have. Yeah, I know. Like the pioneers of the French world, and I have some songs, some tracks of them. I would say my USB African sound wise is mostly Ghanaian, South African, Nigerian. Those are the three strongest, you know. But Eastern Africa, I haven't delved into it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so big, the scene in Africa.
Eddie Kenzo?
Eddie
Toch?
Kenzo,
Ja, hij moet ik nog
Yeah.
checken.
It's so big, but if we all focus on just the mainstream Afrobeat, and then the culture, I'm afraid it's not gonna be properly represented. So I think we should, as DJs, carry everybody along.
Yeah.
Nowadays, a lot of people, they complain if they go to African parties, it's just the same sound because so many DJs, they just focus on the mainstream sounds.
Yeah.
So it's boring for the people, for the consumers out there.
Yeah, it is. You, at one party, you'll hear like Davido.
You understand?
The same song
so
5 times.
We as African DJs should just tap more in because it's so many good sounds out there from Africa.
Definitely.
Sure. Oh. For me, it's even tricky. I'm tapping more into, as a DJ, more into a sound that's called Afro fusion. So the more mellow, calm, a very low BPM. But that's very Ghanaian, Nigerian, even more Nigerian than Ghanaian. But that already is like off from mainstream. It's like a genre that you don't hear as much. But then it's still in that area where a lot of music is coming from. But then you have the East, and then you have the South, and there's the diversity in sounds.
Yeah.
What's that playlist you referenced in one of our conversations? Afro something with like sounds of like boy and like alt sound. Yeah, is that what
like
you're
the
referring to?
subculture. Yeah. And then Afrofusion is
Yeah, that's dope. That's a whole different sound.
Shout out to Bodge. Shout out to TZ.
Bodge.
Yeah, Bodge and a microphone.
Yeah, man.
And what was his name again? Odunsi.
Odunsi, man.
And,
I like those sounds.
Yeah. Owen,
Yeah.
you sent us some music when I asked you about. You sent us this one. Oh, you sent us 2 songs. Yeah, you are my African queen. I'm not sure if I sent you that one, but we discussed it because I asked both of you guys like which songs are iconic. For one reason or the other. Austin, you sent 2 classics. Did I send them to you? Yes. You played it in the previous episode.
You didn't say for
Let's
who
see,
it
yeah.
was.
Oh no. It's for Austin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have it.
Do you remember which one?
Yeah, I remember.
Do you have it? Oh, you need to switch your
I have the
sticks.
six.
Why? We're gonna listen to the song in a minute.
Okay.
Premier Gaou.
No.
Yeah.
Why is it iconic or important to you?
Premier Gaou was a song. It's very old, but I think it played a major role in the African music scene.
Mm-hmm.
Way back, I would go to like Thalia Lounge in Rotterdam, even before the African Afrobeat became popular, and I would hear that song. Like people vibing to it. They didn't even know what it was, but they were just vibing. So I thought it's still relevant till date, that song.
Yeah.
Where whenever you play it,
People dance.
people dance.
Yeah.
So I thought that one
Yeah.
was iconic.
Was it one of the first songs you heard from Africa in Holland?
Yeah, in the clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best DJ.
On the Premier Nepagao. Like it has to
Anganawa.
it has to
Something like
it
that.
has to do with sex.
Something like
though.
that.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to say, if you're having sex and you came the first time,
Premier
it's not
Gao.
Premier Gaou. It's not, you're not there yet.
Oh.
Try harder. Then the
Deuxième Gao.
second time, then you're there.
Because he says something, Premier Gao n'est pas... No.
Nepagao.
Wow. Le
Deuxième
deuxième Gao
Gaou
qui est
qui est Nyanta ou
Gao.
qui est fort.
Ah.
Where are you from?
Now we know. Africa. No, that's Africa.
Where are you originally from? 'Cause
From Africa. From Mother Earth. Wakanda.
Where's your mother from? Where's your father?
Yeah. So yeah, that song was iconic.
You want answer?
I love it. No problem. I actually behind the cameras. No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And why Two-Face with African Queen?
African Queen, when the Afrobeat started coming up, I thought
Here you mean? Oh,
here in
yeah.
Holland,
Nice one.
African Queen broke barriers.
Yeah.
Because when it came out, a lot of people vibed to it. Even they had like Suriname remix, so many remixes.
Yeah.
Even the Crosshow had the remix, you know. So it played a major role in breaking Afrobeat through in the Netherlands.
Well, what's as in like people heard that song and they liked it?
They liked it, and
Did
they started digging to know where it came from,
Mhm.
what kind of sound it was. Yeah. So very popular.
Classic.
Yeah.
Did you think it opened up?
Yeah, it opened up, and then I think Antenna from Fuse ODG
Oh.
really got things exploded because there was a challenge, there was a dance moves
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That was one of
yeah.
the first, right? 'Cause doing dance challenges
Yeah,
is pretty
that
common
was
now.
one of the first.
Yeah.
Azonto times.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Antenna.
Antenna?
You did do me, Antenna.
Look at the
I can
dance.
do it. Yeah.
Is
But
there
then
room
we
enough
have
to do it?
We have to take out the table and all the kind
We can do that, right? We have a cam.
No.
Are you?
No, it's okay.
No.
No.
Yeah.
We're good. I need to eat fufu first.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so those tracks were massive back in the days.
I'm eyeing Chase, the best DJ in the world.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Don't worry,
Yeah.
don't worry. Wait. I'm coming
See,
there.
therefore you need a laptop to play with, because then you just put an antenna when it's there. Now you're like,
I'm coming there.
you play with laptop, right?
Yeah. And a lot of DJs
Nee.
kept telling
Stick
me like,
USB.
why you not playing with stick, laptop? You have to
Noise.
connect it. And I was like, no.
No.
On your stick, maybe you have like 5,000 tracks there, but me, all my songs are there, like
Yeah.
20,000
Yeah.
on my computer.
Well, I see
and
people with hard
it's very
drives.
easy.
Yeah, but aren't you scared for like technical mishaps and stuff?
It happened, but I
Yeah.
have like backups.
Yeah, but okay,
I
yeah.
have like 2 laptops.
Okay.
So whatever.
Okay. You have a backup laptop.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, that's good.
So yeah.
Because I've seen it happen, you know, in supper
When I
clubs.
started DJing, I was into sticks as well. I started with CDs actually back in the days.
The old school.
Yeah. CD.
From my
And then
time.
I moved on directly
This
to,
time, yeah.
to laptop.
Find it, boys.
Serato.
Jeez. Antanas basically was his second single from Azonto. First
Yeah.
he dropped Azonto and
Oh,
then
yeah.
Now watch me do Azonto. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that got picked up by Wyclef and then
Yeah.
Boom.
So you think Antana is bigger than? Because Azonto, that was when everybody was doing the Azonto.
Azonto, he was the first one that he made the dance popular.
Yeah.
That was the first Azonto track.
But I'm surprised
But,
you select Antana and not Azonto.
No, Zonto was like a genre on its own.
Mhm.
He had like column,
Oh yeah.
column,
Yeah.
and you have Sokode.
Yeah. But
La-
Azonto was the
La-
first one.
Azonto.
though.
La Paz Toyota.
Yeah.
Niet vergeten.
Yeah, all those were Zonto.
Gekke tune.
You know, so
Gekke tune.
Yeah, this one took over. This one, I think, but for me, I think it was Azonto is when my uni friends that never went to a African country were like, they were trying to do the dance. I'm like, oh, I like this. This like, oh, this is nice. This is catchy. And they were trying to do the dance as well. So like, that to me was a tune as well.
they need to bring back those sounds, though. They need to bring it back.
What do you mean with those sounds? What is
Like the
different from?
Azonto, we have so many sounds. Like Cameroonians, they have like the Makossa, but nowadays everybody just want to do like the popular beats and sound, you know. So I think we should all go back to the olden days, and everybody should embrace their sound. It's gonna make the Afro music unique.
But the Azonto sound is still there though.
Yeah, it's still there, but I mean,
Are you also
Like it's not
saying that?
popular anymore.
Yeah. Are you also saying that because now that we have the attention of the world,
yeah,
we should
we should go back.
go back and
Yeah,
and
and make them popular.
I hear. I
Bring
hear
back
you.
those cool sounds.
Yeah. That's
The
dope.
Sukut sound, the Makossa sound, and bring them back.
Yeah.
You know, but nowadays the East African, everybody sound alike, and the Nigerian, the Ghanaians, you know, like Nigerian sound is overshadowing a lot of people. But if they go back to their own sound, then everybody's gonna be unique on their own way. One thing with the Nigerians, they can adapt to everything.
That's the
Nowadays,
thing.
they're even into amapiano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can do whatever.
I
you
think
know?
with Nigerians
So-
they can come to your house and
Yes,
take it away and then
yes. You understand?
That's why we love them.
You understand? So, but if we all just let the Nigerians be, focus on your own sound. There was a time I saw the Cameroonians, they were trying to ban their DJs. Nobody should play Nigerian music on the radios, at the clubs, whatever. Nigerians are overshadowing their sound. And no, but you are sounding like the Nigerians. If you embrace your own sound, then you're going to stand out.
Why is Nigerian music so successful compared to other countries or industries?
I think they're hardworking.
Yeah,
They're very hardworking. Maybe they
push.
might not be the best talents from Africa, but one thing, they're very hardworking.
I think they managed to figure out that in African music, what didn't bring them across and abroad was the language barrier. 'Cause I think Nigerians were one of the first people that actually were like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it in English.
English.
Yeah. While everybody was doing their own language and embracing their language, what is very nice, but Nigerians were, I think.
But a lot of French people do it in like French. There's French music, not even like the local languages, but the French. Like there's artists doing it in French as well.
Yeah, but I think but that's why English is I think a number one
world language. Yeah.
It's like everybody understands English.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, you will.
But like I said, now we have the attention.
Yeah.
I think we should start going back to
I hear what
the
you're saying,
sounds
yeah.
and differentiate them. Just like Amapiano. Amapiano came in like 5-6 years ago, and the last 2 years picked up
Skyrocket. Yeah.
because it was different. The sound was different. It came in, nobody knew about it, and all of a sudden, boom, because the sound was different. But if everybody keeps sounding alike, and then,
Yeah.
Yeah, as with everything, you need to be unique.
Yeah.
Like, look within yourself and express that. Don't copy others, man. That's my advice for every listener.
Nice bridge to Owen. Owen, you send us some tracks.
Yeah, I did.
We already heard Bodge with Magic in the break.
Yeah, it's more so like more contemporary vibes I'm into. These are like, I would like repeat these songs over and over again. True Love. Wizkid, new album, for example.
I had this one ready for you though.
Yeah, it's my tune. It's my tune.
Why is it your tune?
It's the instant like feeling I get from it, you know. I think Austin could agree. I also like envision tracks with a DJ mindset, because like I'm envision playing it in front of people as well sometimes, you know. I don't know if you have the same, because like Ginger, I can see what it can do on the dance floor. You know, it can break the party open and start the party really. And I don't know if you have the same. Like, do you translate listening to Afro sounds such as these to the dance floor in your head?
Yeah. I do that. I do that. But actually, when this song came out, I was a bit disappointed, because it was the time of NSAS and whatever. Then it came out, boom. I was like, Bona and Whiskey had a time to do songs, and they were singing about ginger. I mean, ginger, everybody sings about ginger. But at times goes by, I started paying more attention to it, and I started getting that vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And
So it's the momentum that didn't.
Yeah. But from that album, what I just mentioned, True Love is more so a tune I would forever play, you know, because it's like it has everything.
This feels. Yeah. Ginger, to me, I like the song, but it feels made as a hit. Like we wanted to pop.
That's why I said with the DJ stuff.
I don't know, you know. Like, I think Ginger was, it was for me. It was like
Kokoro.
Yeah, it worked straight away.
It worked, but that's like to me that was the.
And what I appreciate more was like, Wizkid just get like, I don't know if that's how it went in the studio, but bro, you're just doing the chorus. I just need you for the chorus. That's it, boom, and I'm doing the rest. And Ginger.
Why
is Ginger over True Love?
Depends on my mood though, but like when I listened to the album, Ginger was the first song that I was like, no, Reckless. So basically, I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, think 5, and then went on. Yeah, Reckless.
The whole album is
when I heard
strong.
Reckless, I was like, yeah, this is a vibe.
I had a question.
I have another song, I think.
Yeah, you sent a lot.
Yeah, you
I
said
was thinking to Afro though.
Yeah.
Owen took the freedom to just drop a lot of
Send
songs. That,
everything.
like,
Yeah.
Send his whole record box.
Yeah,
Without the
he was like
MP3s.
referring to wordplay, so
Yeah.
then I came with hip hop, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wordplay.
Yeah.
Over R2Bs?
I wanted to ask, why do we think that a lot of songs have ginger in it? I'm tired of ginger.
and not garlic.
Yeah, you dropped something on your social media, but
using garlic.
Yeah. I was like, oh, come on. I mean, I like it, but it's like it's so much now. I would come up with indeed something like garlic to just, you know. What about it? Why is it so trending now to play around with ginger?
I think because of how it sounds, and like pepper, ginger, whenever you chew it or drink it, you have instant feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
Instant feeling, instant reaction, yeah.
And the water as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but let's make it garlic then. Or like
Garlic me, but
artists
what
should
feeling
make
does
it
garlic.
garlic.
Stinky breath.
Yeah.
Nice taste, but stinky breath.
You also had this one.
Yeah.
Yes. This is also my forever tune.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Let's go.
That's just Moogie's, man. Everything I feel, everything that Moogie's touches.
Yeah.
Magical.
Yeah.
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 Talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why this one though? Because it was it because of wordplay?
Not
No,
really.
no.
No, because of vibe, because
Yeah.
of what it does to people, what it does to me. Yeah, it's about breakup, but for me, it's not more so like for that reason. It's the whole vibe of the thing. Of course, I've been through breakups, but if there's a song for breakups, this is my tune. Over.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
She in love with another man. Later today, she go for lunch. Of zoiets,
Yeah.
weet ik veel. Ja, man. Lab.
Nice one. If we bring it back to the music industry in the Netherlands, because that's one of the main reasons we're here, what would you individually need or want for it to grow into, change, happen for you to make your work more easy or more enjoyable? Is that proper
Sorry,
English?
I didn't get the question.
Like the music industry in Holland,
Mhm.
when we talk about Afro, what should change or happen, or which growth should happen to make your life as a DJ, party organizer, promoter, MC more easy? What do you want to see as a change in our music industry?
In Holland?
Yes.
Oh. What has to change?
Oh, and if your answer's ready, you can.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. So basically, what's missing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe more so like a feeling of togetherness with party organizers, seeing what we can do on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And organize like more festivals. I was so happy when Afro organized festival. Was
Yeah.
it how many years ago?
Yeah.
Two years ago.
Yeah. So
3
it
years
it was very good.
Yeah.
But then we really need something African. Maybe you have 3 stages in there. Then you have like my piano stage, Afro house stage, that. But in there you had like also like the reggaeton and other urban
we
stages.
mixed it in.
Yeah.
Like we had the
So we
Afro
need
stage
more
and the-
Afrobeat festivals. And like what he said, togetherness with the party organizers. Instead of doing it small here and there, we
Yeah.
can come together and
unite.
do something.
Yeah,
very
build
bigger.
bridges.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Why is
that's
that
it.
needed?
It's needed because when the mainstream people are seeing these people doing these big things, and then we'll start getting across like to the radios. Sometimes your hard work takes you there. But if you want them to come and start recognizing you, it's
Yeah.
never going to happen. But once they see your hard work, and then before you know it, we're all over the mainstream medias and radio station in Holland.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nice one. Due to time. And the shout outs. Where can people find you? I'm all about self promotion. So
Yeah.
entertainers, take your mics. Take your
Social
camera.
media,
The one in the middle.
everywhere.
Yes.
You can find me on Instagram at DJ Austin-J. Recently, I opened a TikTok account at DJ Austin-J.
Wow. This man is up to date.
At DJ Austin-J. Everywhere at DJ Austin-J. SoundCloud, of course, DJ Austin-J.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jollof.
Jollof Events on Instagram, Facebook, Afrobeats in the start. Facebook, Instagram. Yeah.
Sweet.
That was it.
Yeah. Yeah, so for Owen Densa, if you would like to know more, you can check my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Owen Densa. Facebook, also Owen Densa. SoundCloud, also. No, it's Owen Densa Music. And yeah, those channels. Instagram. And with regards to my party, Vruchtvlees, you can check the Facebook page. Yeah.
Vruchtvlees.
Vruchtvlees, juicy things happening
After Rona.
after Corona.
Sweet. Thank you guys. Thank you for making time and thank you for sharing ideas and information with us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having us. Shout out
Thanks
to
for having
realfake Real Fake Talks.
Okay, we need better. Shout out to Real Fake Shoes.
Yeah, we're gonna edit toch editen.
Shout out to Real Fake Shoes.
Hey, thank you.
Shout out.
Shout out to the best DJ in the world,
Bang.
Jordan Chase.
Yes, sir.
Got a nice help.
Joe, dope.
Et ça, on va qui a trop mal de borom, supérieur, Arafat, toujours moi, hommage à Dieu de Jonathan. Ouais, jour les magiciens.